At this time, Simon Arneberg, NHS President, will be addressing our final NHS pillar, leadership.
All right. Leadership. What is leadership? And what are some traits of strong leaders? Leadership is about joining others together to accomplish one goal. The best way to get others to follow you is to lead by example. If you say one thing but do the other, people won't trust what you say, they'll believe what you do. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "What you do speaks so loud I cannot hear what you say." As leaders in our community, we need to know that people are watching us. I'm sure all of us seniors can recall when we, oh so long ago, were lowly freshmen walking the halls of Chi High. Think of how much you looked up to those big seniors, those ominous creatures who seem to have all the knowledge in the world. But now, our perspective has shifted. We are these seniors, and nothing seems as wonderful as it once did. We often forget that, right now, there are countless freshmen and underclassmen looking to us as examples. Don't be fooled into thinking no one is watching you. People look up to you, so now it's up to you. What kind of example are you going to set? Is the way you carry yourself at school indicative of the responsibility inevitably endowed on you by all those who look up to you as a leader? The four pillars of the National Honor Society are character, scholarship, service, and leadership. How well are you showing leadership by acting as an example in each of these categories? One example we can set as leaders is to be a kind and decent person. Be a leader that people want to follow. People will follow someone who views themselves as equal to those under him. People will follow someone who seems to genuinely care about what they are doing. The whole process of leadership is about showing people why they should care. This genuine care for everyone is known as respect. Respect is critical to any leadership chain. There should be a mutual respect between the leader and those who are being led. In Matthew 7:12, it states, "So in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you." In terms of leadership, a good leader must first show that he can be a follower. Only then can he sympathize with the people under his authority and lead with their best interests in mind. Respect the leaders above you to the same degree as you desire from those under your authority. This means your parents, teachers, government officials, and so forth. Because once you show that you are capable of showing respect, even when you disagree with something, people will be much more likely to show you that same respect. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "A genuine leader is not a searcher for consensus, but a molder of consensus." In order to lead effectively, the leader should not be afraid to make decisions. He should, however, consider the consequences heavily of each decision he makes. Decisions made in a position of authority should be approached with a certain reverence, because you know that you represent the whole group. This is a large responsibility. There's a very tough balance between making executive decisions quickly and efficiently and considering the needs and wants of those under you. Every situation is different. Sometimes a leader needs to make decisions quickly in the interests of the group. Other times, a leader can consult the group and let them come to a consensus. No one specific leadership style is better. It's just very difficult to discern 100% of the time what the best course of action is. Good leaders are not too proud to ask for wisdom when they need it. Asking those you are leading for wisdom may, in fact, be one of the wisest things to do as a leader. Another trait of an effective leader is often servant leadership. Part of servant leadership is being able to give credit. My brother, who I look up to, once told me that a leader should always give the credit and take the blame. Nelson Mandela has a quote, and it goes, "It is better to lead from behind and to put others in front, especially when you celebrate victory when nice things occur. You take the front line when there is danger. Then people will appreciate your leadership." Being a leader does not have anything to do with you. I mean, sure, you might have fun while leading, but in the end, it's all about what's doing in the best interest of the group as a whole. I don't know about you, but sometimes I want to take credit for things. I constantly need to remind myself that all my talents come from God. And blame. Oh, is blame easy to throw around? When your sports team loses a game and falls apart, lots of time, our first reaction is to heap all of our blame on one person. However, Servant leaders recognize that in humility, they themselves may have contributed to the problem. Leaders need to be humble. They need to be willing to associate with people under them. The last trait a good leader has is integrity. It is defined as the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. Dwight D. Eisenhower is quoted as saying, "The supreme quality for leadership is unquestionably integrity. Without it, no real success is possible." We need to know what we stand for in the world and not be afraid to do just that. So now, I challenge all of you to go into this school as leaders, leaders who lead with dignity and integrity, and leaders who let their example be one of servant leadership. Do this in your sports teams, your music, your academics, even in your family. Be the strong leaders this country needs, and remember the words of Gandhi. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Simon. It is now time for the candle lighting ceremony. Dr. Eliopoulos will begin by lighting the candle of knowledge. From this candle, all other candles will be lit.
The high purposes of the National Honor Society, to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I will be loyal to my school, and I will maintain and encourage the high standards of scholarship, service, leadership, and character.
Carefully blow out your candle.